Welcome back, everybody. Well, in a media-saturated world, it's hard to even have a private conversation anymore, let alone keep confidential and sensitive information private. But what are your legal options if your privacy is in fact violated? Well, we have a viewer question about this. The viewer writes, what recourse does someone have toward someone who has violated privacy law and is responsible for the unlawful release of medical and psychiatric information? Now, those two big no-nos. I know that Attorney Jay Davis is here to talk about it, and it's the law. Jay in the house, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Good to be in the house.
So talk to me a little bit about this. What can someone do if their medical information, psychiatric information is somehow leaked to the public?
Well, if it's leaked to the public, you're going to find out who did it, and you're going to have to prove who did it. But there's violations. If this was done just to putting information out there, there's typically up to a $50,000 fine and up to 1 year in prison. If it was done and obtained by some sort of false information, if somebody wrote in, said, I'm the person, send me my own information, and tried to do that by a false way, then that's going to up it to 5 years of imprisonment and up to $100,000.
Serious stuff. Talk a little bit about the laws, the privacy laws here in Georgia.
Well, they cover a lot more than than healthcare and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of different things that are privacy. You know, a lot of times you'll see these mug shots and things like that where information that, like an accusation, is protected in Georgia. The lengths of it are questionable, and that's why it's questionable whether some of these advertisements that put people's mugshots and that type in the president will maintain and be able to hold out.
It's an interesting question. There was a state here in the United States I read today that outlawed using mugshots right now. There's going to be a big court case about it.
It's going to happen. We're not sure where that's going to
be
land,
interesting.
But it's going to be.
Now, what about my Facebook stuff? You put stuff online. You know, what if somehow your picture gets used by a business without your permission?
Well, the problem is when you put something out there into the internet, into cyberspace, particularly Facebook. My understanding with Facebook is, I haven't really looked up their particular law, but what I believe in Facebook is that once you put it out in Facebook, that Facebook owns it.
They own it.
So if somebody misuses it, Facebook is actually the one who could sue. If somebody takes your picture off Facebook and misuses it, Facebook could come out there and say, look, we're going to sue.
So you just report it to Facebook authorities?
Facebook's probably not going to protect you. So I wouldn't count on that one.
All right, Jay, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. And if you have a legal problem that you need help with, you can let us know about it. Just send an email to itsthelaw@41nbc.com, and we will answer your question right here on the air. And you can see Jay answer more legal questions Sundays at noon all this month right here on 41 NBC, a special half-hour edition of It's the Law.